As everyone knows, Labour's going to win the next general election. Nobody ever doubts it now. But who is going to vote Labour into office? Now, that's a really important question because depending on who votes for Labour depends the stability of that Labour government. If it's voted in by a solid tranche of left of centre voters from right across the spectrum of society, but who think themselves to believe in fairness, tackling inequality, want to be pro-union, want fair pay for people, believe in public services and so on, Labour has a bedrock of support which will keep it going through the inevitable tough times that will face it when it's in Parliament. When and if it comes to the next election, that bedrock of support would also likely carry it through to a second term in office. But if Labour is voted in now on the basis of votes effectively borrowed from Tory voters disenchanted with their party because of the way in which, Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, Rishi Sunak have managed it, and seeing all the options available to them amongst the mediocre cabinet members realise that there's no chance of anything being reformed, so therefore vote for Labour instead of the Tories. If Labour gets into office on the basis of disenchanted Tory votes, rather than on that bedrock of solid support from its natural cohort of support, then it's in trouble. Why? Because those people will leave again. Because we know that the moment Labour gets into office, the Tories will move right, they'll align with reform, they will get the backing of the Tufton Street think tanks to put forward massive new programmes of hatred, because that's the basis of far-right politics, and they will then put forward programmes which will attract some of the support that Labour has now won. Now, Labour therefore has a problem if its support is literally borrowed Tory votes, because they can't be guaranteed those people will stay with them. They can't guarantee that those people will continue to support them if they run into hard times. And they can't guarantee that they will therefore have any chance of re-election in 2029 unless they move to the left. Now, there's no sign of Labour wanting to move to the left. Rachel Reeves is clearly not a left-winger. Keir Starmer follows in her every footstep. And Wes Streeting is obviously desperate to privatise the NHS. So Labour is actually in deep trouble. And although it may win in 2024, the chance that it could win in 2029, if it doesn't find a way of bringing back its natural supporters into the fold to support it again, is actually very low. And for that reason, the 2024 election is by no means the one that settles the 2029 election or gives Labour the now traditional 15 years in office that the change of government normally represents in the UK. It could be a 5-year term parliament for Labour if it wins on the basis of Tory votes, and that's deeply troubling for its chances of achieving anything very much.